Hello everybody, in this video I will be showing you a few techniques that I use in Photoshop for my photos, specifically my Danbo photos. So let's take my most recent one, the Easter photo. I'm going to open it with Photoshop. Alright, so here it is in Photoshop. What we can first do is we can make this Danbo have a smile as a face instead of his standard triangle right here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to select the lasso tool and just roughly go around it. Doesn't have to be accurate at all, really. And then you do Control C, Control V, and that copies it onto a new layer right there. Let me just change this around. There we go. Alright, so now it's just the standard view. So that makes a new layer for us. So what we can do is we can do Control T if you're using Windows, Command T for Mac, I believe. And what we're going to want to do is rotate it around like that. And what we can even do is we can drop the opacity down to around 50% and just line it up with the old mouth. After that, we click this button, the arrow button, apply transformation, and we can bump the opacity back up again. Now, usually what I do after that is I select the eraser tool right here, and I just erase the edges a bit, like so, just so it has a smoother gradient. Usually you can put it at about 30% for hardness. And what we're going to want to do now is use the clone stamp tool, select the background layer. I'm going to want to shrink that up a bit. That seems fine. And now what you want to do is you want to hold Alt and click somewhere around there and just kind of go over it like that. Now same thing for the other side, like that, and there you have it. He is now smiling. You can also move it around, do other things to it as you wish. Okay, now what we can do is we can make him have a sort of shocked face by taking his eye right here and moving it where the mouth is. So what we can do is we can trash this layer, delete the layer, yes. So now we have that. And usually I use the circle, the elliptical marquee tool. You can use any tool you want. You can go back to the lasso if you want. And I just select roughly around there. You can hold the space bar and move it to move it around. Now same thing, Control C, Control V, copy and paste. And then we can move it over here. We can do Control T for free transform. What you're going to want to do is you want to hold Shift and then make it a bit bigger like that, just so it's not the exact same thing as the eyes. Apply transformation again, and you want to do roughly about the same thing we did with the mouth. Erase it a bit, make it a bit smoother. And for this one we don't even have to use the clone stamp tool because it looks pretty flush with the face already. So there you have it. His face is now, I like to call it a shocked face almost. His mouth is open. Alright, on to part 2. In this section of the video, I will be teaching you how to make Danbo appear as though he's jumping in the air. So what you want to do is you want to take a photo of your background, which I have selected right here, and take a photo of Danbo. You can have him right near the background if you want. It just makes things a bit easier. So now we take these, we drag them into Photoshop, open them again. Okay. Now what you want to do with this technique is, it's not going to work so well because we have this little blade of grass, but That's alright, this is just for demonstration purposes. So you want to take the lasso tool, once again, and just roughly go around Danbo. Doesn't have to be perfect, like before. I'm just going fairly quickly because I'm running out of time for this. Alright, Control C, Control V, copy and paste. And now what you can do is you can take that layer right there, layer 1, the one that we made, take it and drag it right onto that new layer. Now we can zoom in here and select the eraser tool. Make sure you're still on layer 1 over here. We can increase the size of it a bit more. Again, I'm just going to do this really quickly, but just roughly go around him. The neater it is, the better it comes out, so if you're doing this for an actual photo, I would recommend taking your time. But I'm just going to do this really quickly. I went really far into the arm there. That's alright though. Well, you guys get the point. You just erase around there and just kind of place them wherever you feel is good. Also, you're going to want to get in there if you have a photo, something like this one. You want to get in those spots too. And what you can do to make it seem as if it's more flush with the photo is you can go to Image, Adjustments, and Curves. And that pops up with this nice little curves thing right here, setting. And you can just, mess around with those, make it seem more like it's actually supposed to be there. Something like that, probably. And then just keep on going along, erasing as close as you can get without erasing parts of Danbo. And that's pretty much how I make those photos. Also with the skateboarding one, with him in the air with the skateboard, I also did that with that one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped. Thank you.